I look good. I mean, really good. Hey, everyone! Come and see how good I look!
Welcome to the Morning After Pill. I'm Mole.
I'm Mears.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It was a nice little vacation I had to get away for a while.
Thanks to the Colonel for stepping in for
Yeah,
you.
he did a great job.
Great job. And we went over 4 games, so we're going to do a little NFL recap.
Okay.
Me and the Colonel picked 4 games. We started with the Bills versus the Jets.
Yes, that was a interesting game.
What
interesting call at the end.
What are you doing? What are you doing at the end of a game?
Marshall?
You're running up and down the field. You have a lead. All you have to do is run the ball into the line. If you get a first down, it's over. Otherwise, you punt.
Yeah.
And they decided to do a rollout pass with J.P. Lossman.
Right. He's a stud quarterback, though. So
yeah, fumbles the ball, and Brett Favre gets credit for a fourth quarter comeback, and he never even came off the bench.
padding the stats.
Padding the stats. They'll be like, oh, he had 48 comebacks in the fourth quarter. They didn't have a first down in the fourth quarter.
He didn't throw a pass.
And they did so much as, guy running down the field. They lost the game so bad, they had the punt return for the touchdown, and they called that back. It was like, oh, he's gone. Oh, shit. I got to drop a flag because we need to win. It's in New York. We need Favre to make the playoffs. They did everything to lose it, and then the Bills won the game and then handed it to the Jets.
Yes.
Terrible.
It was terrible.
And I picked the Jets, and that's the only game I got right.
I picked the Jets also.
They didn't cover.
No, I didn't pick. I didn't say whether they covered.
So I'm gonna take a loss on that. I'm gonna go for 4 this week because I don't deserve to win that one. Tampa versus Atlanta. I said Tampa was going to come back, and they did nothing of such.
No, dude, there was the worst offensive game other than the one we're going to get to next, the Steelers and Ravens, but
No.
It was almost as bad. 10-7 with, 2 minutes left in the game?
Yeah, and Tampa blocked a punt, and Atlanta's defense held up and held them to the field goal, and then the NFL overtime. I mean, we've discussed the rules and how it works.
They're counting ties.
You got Michael Turner, and you win the coin toss. Looks like it's a pretty good chance you're going to win the game because he just ran down the field, and candidate Elam friggin' snuck one in the uprights. And
Michael Turner's good.
he's good.
He was behind Tomlinson for a while, but holy shit, he's good.
He's good. Very good.
Yeah.
That running game, and Matt Ryan, everybody's like, oh, Rookie of the Year, my MVP. He's doing well. Not the greatest numbers,
Efficient.
but they got a good team. Stabbed your Eagles right in the heart with that win too.
Yeah,
Tampa
it
goes to
rough.
9-5. Atlanta improves to 9-5, and the best the Eagles can be is 8-5-1.
I am the biggest Minnesota Vikings fan next week because Atlanta has to visit them, and hopefully they can pull it out.
I had Tampa. I was wrong. Steelers,
I had
Ravens.
Tampa, and I was wrong.
Steelers, Ravens. I picked the Ravens. Not only the Ravens lose, but it blew up my entire NFL predictions.
Yes, it did.
I didn't know the Steelers were playing for a first-round bye. They win the division, they get a bye. I don't even know if the Ravens can make the playoffs anymore.
This is
It's
why
such a big
Mears
game.
does his homework and makes his playoff
my
predictions.
God. Yeah, sorry, I worked during the day. That's the inside joke. That was a terrible call at the end of the game. I don't know what the point is to replay is. If you're going to say that that's just undisputed visual evidence that was a touchdown at the end of that game, I'm going to call you a liar. I'm going to say you're a liar.
I think the ref made up his own rule at the end of the game, too, with his stating that he had 2 feet in the end zone and he called the ball, so then hence it's a touchdown. That's absolutely not true.
And we're
The ball
talking about
has to cross the plane.
And we're talking about the Pittsburgh go-ahead touchdown.
Right, I mean, at the end of the game.
And they don't call it a touchdown, and then the referee comes on and obviously doesn't know the rule, and then you get the famous NFL Monday apology.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You know what he did, though? While he was underneath the little booth there looking at the replay?
Stroked it.
He called McNabb to see if he knew the rule.
Hey, he did.
He did.
Yeah, he did. What do we do if this goes to overtime? Anyway, Steelers hang on. I really don't think they're as good as I thought they were last week.
No, but this sets up battle of the number 1 and 2 teams in the AFC next week, Steelers and Titans for home field advantage.
As well as the next game, Giants versus the Cowboys, sets up a big game next week between the Giants and the
Panthers.
Carolina for the 1 seed. But as far as that game went, I was completely wrong. I said the Giants would come back. I said I was going to pick the Giants to lose the rest of the way, but when the Eagles beat them, I said that's one of their losses. They're going to lose 2 times. It's going to be towards the end. They got stomped.
Oh, they looked awful.
Stomped. They got stomped.
They won 7 games in a row. They looked unbeatable. And now, last week, the Eagles beat them, and it was not good. And this week, they didn't even come close to sniffing a touchdown.
Anytime, I'm going to throw this out there, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was the third quarter when they had 5 points.
Yes.
If you're in the third quarter and you have 5 points, you're not having a good day.
Actually, I take that back. It was the fourth quarter because they sacked him.
It was in the fourth quarter
for 5 points in the fourth quarter. Then
That's
punted
not
and
good.
drove down the field and kicked the field goal.
That's not good. Next week, I can't wait to see that game. Giants going
Panthers.
against Carolina. I mean, Carolina just, I don't know. Like I've said from the beginning, Jake Delhomme sucks. He's not looking like he's any better, but they got this tandem that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jonathan
Oh,
Stewart,
my
Jaleel
God.
Williams. Yep.
And they punched Tampa in the mouth, and this week they beat the piss out of the team they played. Denver, yeah. Oh, talk about that scenario. Jesus God.
But I think Jonathan Stewart's got to be close to breaking the rookie touchdown record because every game
Yeah,
he's got
seems like
1,
he's got-
2 touchdowns because they give him to the ball on the goal line. He scores every time.
Yeah, and Steve Smith's got that Barry Sanders syndrome where he catches the ball at the end of the one.
Yes,
forward.
yes, he does do that.
Not good for fantasy. But they were the 4 games that me and the Colonel picked. I was 0 for 4.
I was 3-1.
Big time bragging last week about being 8-0
Actually, I didn't take that
with
back.
the college and the pro. Humble pie.
Yes.
Humble pie for me.
I actually had picked the Giants in this game, so I actually went 2-2.
So, brag on it.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to brag on that. 2-2 is 500.
Big game tonight for your Eagles.
That's right. We got about a
Take
half
care
hour
of
to kick
business.
off.
Yep, take care of business with the Browns.
They better score 40
I'm gonna tell you
more
what.
points tonight.
I'm gonna tell you what. If the Eagles win tonight, I'm gonna saddle up for football for the next 2 weeks because this is just coming down to absolutely great matchups for the situation in every division.
Yeah, the last week.
I mean, the last week you got Denver playing San Diego. Somehow, if everything happens next week, San Diego could be playing for the division.
Right.
They're awful.
Plus, you got the Bills. Or I'm sorry, the Jets and the Dolphins playing the last week, which that could be for the division.
That could be for the division.
The Giants or the Cowboys will be playing the Eagles.
That could be for a playoff spot. It's good. I'll tell you what. They lucked out with the way they did things, and if they flex all the games right, it's gonna be a good time.
Well, next week,
and as long as we don't get stuck watching Cincinnati, because we got a lot of them
I
games
watched
this
them
year.
again, but anyway.
Well, Cincinnati won, by the way.
I know. I watched the game. I watched Cincinnati beat my dad's Redskins with my dad sitting there crying about how bad his team was.
Let me tell you something. If your dad's fans of the Redskins, he might as well just start looking at baseball because they're done. They mailed it in last week, and they are terrible.
They're not good.
Terrible. They're probably eliminated at this point.
They are not officially eliminated, but
it's got to be like.
close. Oh, I think they were last night when the Cowboys won.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say like the stars have to like crash into each other
Right,
for that
yeah,
to
yeah.
happen. And get down to the coin toss tiebreakers and shit like that. But anyway, that's our NFL recap. Thanks again to the Colonel for coming in, and thank your dad for the new HD quality camera.
Yeah, make sure when
Nice
you
Christmas gift that you got on vacation.
when you're watching this video, at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen there, you're going to see Watch in HD. If you have a faster internet connection, click on that link, and that will show you us in full HD. I don't know if you really want to do that though.
I don't know.
I don't know if us in HD is that good. But
Yeah, I'm not pretty. I'm not pretty. But thanks again to Gary, your dad, for the camera, and like I said, 0 for 4, and look forward to next week.
Yep.
www.morningafterpillshow.com.
www.molandmirrors.com.
See you soon.
Hey, Pete, don't let the door hit you in the vagina on the way out.